Hello.
I guess we're on.
We're on.
Welcome to another edition of Behind the Rhyme. I'm your girl, Lady B, your host for the evening, and my partner by my side, Charlie Mack,
Mac,
man
man.
in the building.
I gotta have, listen, I'm here. I got your back always.
You do.
Nobody got your back like Charlie Mack,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
I got your back. Got your back.
Good evening to you, Charlie. We're going to have a good lineup tonight. I am looking forward to this.
Absolutely.
First
Great.
of
No,
all,
this is a legendary lineup right here.
it is a legendary lineup. Ladies first, my
the
girl,
inception.
Sweet Tea,
Yeah.
is
Sweet
in the
tea.
building.
Absolutely.
Hey, how
Bring
are
her in.
you?
Bring her in.
Fabulous as ever. My sisters are sharp. Hey, T.
What's up, Charlie? How are you?
With it. How are you, love?
I'm good. I'm good.
Listen, I didn't want to seem like a real weirdo last night when I talked to you, right? But B will tell you I'm known to profess things, you know, what I mean, online. So I got to say it in front of everybody. So as I always frequent the Latin chorus, I told you about that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I didn't tell you is that of course you were dating Joski Love.
Yes.
When I tell you I had the biggest crush on you forever. I used to stand there and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and take Joski Love out. I'm gonna take him out. I remember one day y'all came out of there, y'all had like a slight little argument. I was fuming. I was like, I'm gonna get him.
Well, you know that young love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Yeah. So I had it was my Dougie Fresh, my Sweet Tea thing. I was just going through it. The Get Fresh crew and Sweet Tea was like it for me at the Latin Quarters. Period. So B, I don't know if you ever went to the Latin Quarters, B, but every Tuesday.
Are you serious?
I lived up there. I lived there, like literally lived at the Latin Quarters because every rapper that was current, was doing anything, was in the Latin Quarters. Every rapper, other than the Brooklyn guys used to tear the place apart though. They used to go against them and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Havoc. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember I was telling her last night, I remember when Bobby first, I guess he was just doing his album. He was just doing My Prerogative. And I guess he had just came from the studio. He came there. I remember him run up the steps. I asked her, did she remember that, him being there? But he ran up the steps and he was wilding. He jumped on the stage. He was all over the place. Bobby was excited about, like, give me free or give me death. He was excited. He was excited. You know what I mean? But again, that's my. I wanted to tell her. I was ready to tell her last night. But I said, "Oh, wait till the night. Tell her."
All right. Are you finished fiending over my sister?
I am.
All right.
Just have to get off. You got to understand. That's been easily 30 years. 30 years. Almost 30 something years ago.
Been a long time.
He's been wanting to tell you that for 30 years, T. For 30 years.
And done.
And cut.
All right. I'd like to welcome Master Ace to the building.
Master Ace in the place.
Master
Juice
Ace.
Crew. Juice
What
Crew.
up? What up?
Juice Crew.
What's going on?
Master Ace is about to get all of us healthy because we're going to beat him up for some recipes tonight. So just know.
Vegan in particular. Particular.
Yes, and yes. I need that in my life. Yes, I do.
I got you covered.
All right, Charlie, are you ready to see some guns?
Hey, listen, the gun show is officially in the building. If y'all know anything about the gun show, you know who actually is the triple OG of the gun show. Then really he needs no introduction. This is what we call the origin of hip hop, and I call it y'all call it swag today, but these are the creators of swag. You know what I mean? They introduced it to the world. You know what I mean? To the world. And other than the Jacksons, nobody had more harder pose game than them. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, MELLE is in the building.
Gun show officially comes in.
Oh, his signal lost. We have to bring him back.
Okay. Well, guess what? We got his brother. You know what I mean? It's a song. It's a song at every block party. When you played this song at the block party, it was on and popping. Oh, the gun show's in. Gun show's in the building.
He's back.
The gun show was in the building. MELLE.
That's all you have to say is rah.
My new AKA is Quentin Quarantino.
Quentin Quarantino, you got
it. I'm way in the house. I'm way in the back of the house.
Way in the back. I'm right with you.
I ain't trying to leave.
You know what I mean? Call me Stan. Don't call me Charlie. Call me Stan. I'm a Stan. I'm not a fan. I'm a Stan up there in the house. Period. I'm in this pup.
And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Too Short is in the building.
Short in the building? Short? They ain't short enough. I told you at every block party when we was coming up, if you played this song at the block party, It went bazooka. Scorpio. Scorpio in the building.
All right. Okay.
Hey, Scorpio, do you know, I'm telling you, do you understand? I don't know what, in anywhere else in the country, but when they dropped Scorpio in any party in Philadelphia, it was pandemonia.
Oh, that was Crazy D's joint.
Yes.
Oh, we're standing by. I'm reading the lines wrong. Okay, so we're standing by for short. What's up, Scorpio?
What's up, Lady B? What's up, legend?
What's going on, baby? Charlie ain't never lied. Scorpio was definitely our theme song. You would think he was from Philly the way we love some Scorpio.
Yeah, definitely. Scorpio definitely was one of them things, and it was crazy
We have
a reactive record
in Philadelphia. His name is Crazy D, and every time he heard that song, he would start stripping and taking his clothes off. That's a real story.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
That definitely did it for him. That right there.
It took him to another zone, and he would just go off and strip in the middle of the club. It was crazy.
Yeah, that right there was Steve Arrington, the Smurf. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Guys, before we start reminiscing and talking about what we're doing musically now, and just talk about some old stories from back in the day, I want to laugh it up with y'all about a couple things. We can't ignore the elephant in the room and how communities of color are feeling on this sad Thursday. Let's have a moment and please, first of all, for Mr. George Floyd. So can we do that, Charlie?
Absolutely. Take a 60-second break.
Okay.
All right.
All righty then.
Repeat. George Floyd.
That's right.
And the Floyd's family. Yes.
Peace and blessings to them. My prayers definitely go out. Those are some shoes I never ever want to live in. As a hip hop community, where are we with this? First of all, T, let me ask you, as a mother, as a Black sister, what are you feeling?
It's I don't know. It's so many sad things that happen, and when you hear something like that, you just like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
It's that deep. You don't. Yeah. I get it. It's okay not to know what to say at this point because it's just so.
Yeah.
It's becoming the norm. I think that's the problem that I'm having with it. I work on the radio every day, and I have to report the day's news, and it just seems like I'm telling this recurring story over and over and over again. Just a different name in a different city, and I don't see change, and it makes me sad. It makes me angry. I have a whole lot of emotions. I almost broke down and cried on the radio, and that's different for me because I try to keep my professionalism intact and try to keep my emotions intact. But it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I think this one hit harder for me because the length of time that the knee stayed on his neck, and to hear the cries from onlookers just asking them, please just let him breathe. And I couldn't, I don't know. I was wondering, as emotional as I am, if I witnessed something like that, I would probably be locked up and the knee would be on my neck too, because I think I would have just had to just react and push.
Yeah, you almost have to. You have to. You can't just stand there and watch somebody.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think
I'm saying he's literally. I'm talking about murdering him. He's literally murdering him.
Right. It's like being able to swim and you see somebody's hand coming out the water.
Right.
You know what I mean? And why wouldn't I jump in, being the swimmer that I am, and pull this brother?
Even if you couldn't swim, you try to find a way of saving him.
I want Charlie, you talk to the brothers about it. Like, let's start with you, Mel. How are you feeling?
Well, it's just like how you were saying. I mean, it's like a reoccurring thing But see, I talk to people all the time, and I've been saying for years, if you have a problem with the police, which we clearly have a problem with the police, you got to sit down with the police.
Right.
It ain't like because they so emboldened. It ain't like they just going to police themselves. And every time that happened, okay, cool, decent people that want to protest, they come out in the day, and then at that same moment, the knuckleheads come out that want to loot and want free TVs, and then it just throws everything off.
Else.
So that even trying to get justice,
it derails
it's almost impossible because the main thing is if I got a problem with somebody, if I got a problem with Charlie Mack, I'm not talking to Lady B about Charlie Mack.
Absolutely.
She's got that, and that's what goes on. Nobody talks to the police. Nobody from these communities are in the police department telling them how they supposed to police their neighborhood. Because really, the reason why they can't police our neighborhoods, right, is because that's really not their job. It's our job. But it's been so far gone, we can't do nothing to police our neighborhood at all because the people that run the narrative of our neighborhood is the same guys that they'll go to a peaceful rally and turn it into a looting factory. And that's where the problem is.
That's where it gets lost.
The day we got to sit down because it's not going to get better. You know, they emboldened. You can't tell a cop, well, you work for me. You can't tell a cop that no more. You used to could, but if you tell a cop that now, they get irate because they so used to enforcing their power upon people, especially black people. And that's the other thing. We have to go change. You have to change the law. You have to have a law that states that a cop, because it's an unwritten law that they're supposed to police everybody equally, but you have to have it on the books that a cop can't police a white person different from a black person, or it'll cost you your job. And then we're still going to have a problem because they're racist, but we'll have less of a problem. We won't have what's going on right now because it's gotten worse since 20 years ago. It's gotten worse. It's like, you know, and I'm a law and order guy. I'm big on law and order, but you know, I don't want to confront cops. I would give anybody advice. Listen,
do not.
You take your ticket because I'm not going to argue with nobody with a gun. I come from the hood. I'm in the hood right now. If I think you got a gun, I'm not doing all that extra mouthing. You see what I'm saying? They want to go home. You got to want to go home because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, we just watched the guy the last seconds of his life. We all watched it, and that happens all the time.
We witnessed a murder. I have to acknowledge Too Short is in the building now. I can't let you sit there without saying
life is too short.
What's up?
Literally, life is too short. Literally, we don't understand that life is too short.
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. Just listening to the conversation, you know, just going through the emotions.
Yeah. Tap in on the conversation. How is the death of George Floyd making you feel?
I'm gonna tell you how I've been feeling for a long time. I'm from Oakland, California. I'm from East Oakland. It's one of them urban areas where you know you see a lot of activity on the wild side. But I'm like this. I've been saying this for a long time. I'm like, what all is a policeman's job within a day? Like this same guy.
What is he trained to do?
No, I'm saying he's got to go do domestic calls and domestic violence. He got to stop cars and give out tickets. Then he got to go crime fighting. I mean, isn't that like a few people's job? Like that's just giving one person too much to do. And I feel like if we had crime fighters, you know what I'm saying, crime fighters would be effective at fighting crime, or they would fight crime. And we had people that did traffic stops. Like a lot of officers to me are they you give them all this power, and it's like, you know, I'm Superman for a day, and you know, I've been in the handcuffs. I've been in custody, and the second that, you know, your attention is their attention is on you, you're like it's slavery. Like I'm a slave. Like I know I'm getting the handcuffs for. I know I'm about to get treated, you know, a certain way. I know when I get in this car, I got no rights. I know they're not gonna give me a cup of water. I know, like it's just it's at a certain point as a young black man, you just kind of become numb to it, and you look at the cop and you go, he's about to mess with me. Then he messes with you. It's like a dance. And then when you see a homeboy getting slammed on the ground or somebody you don't even know getting shot and killed, it's almost like it's just it's fed to you when you normalize it, you know?
You become desensitized.
Yeah, I see that. And I'm
And
like,
we can't allow this to become a norm. It's a normal thing for us that we accept it. That's the part that's
and we
really
know about
trying.
what happened before us. We know you got lynched for little or nothing before that. We know what happened during Jim Crow. We know all the stuff that happened when slaves ran. We know, but it's still the same. I can't.
You know, I get what you're saying. That's how I felt yesterday. I was like, it felt to me, looking at that video, it felt like he was saying, "Oh, you tried to escape Massa's plantation."
So if you a slave running away,
You know,
and
yeah,
some
I felt like that
random
man
guy
felt
catches
that.
you, that's the same as some of these cops. These cops are just like random guys who like, you shouldn't be a cop. You shouldn't
Yes.
be allowed to fight crime. You should be a traffic stopper.
I've said that to a police officer that had me handcuffed once, a female police officer. I told her, I said, you got the wrong damn job. I mean, that's how I felt, because I didn't felt like I should have had the handcuffs.
Some of them are good better at fighting crime. Some of them are better at traffic stops. Some are better at domestic violence and going into domestic disputes. You should do your job. You can't give one guy that job all day.
None of them are good. That's racist though. None of them. I don't care what skill set you got. If racism is in front of you, none of them are good.
You get to do all that, and you're a racist. Oh my
and you're a racist.
God.
Yeah.
And you're a racist.
Master
I'm trying to understand what the screening process is. Like honestly.
Yeah, right.
We always find out literally that the day after the night.
Where is the book at the Police Academy? Right. Master Ace, let's hear from you, man. How you feeling?
Well, I'm listening into the conversation, and you know, the thing that I think that we're missing is that this is exactly how the police force was designed to function. Their behavior is exactly what they want it to be. They're hiring those particular types of guys for a reason.
Right.
And you know, when people make statements like, you know, the system is broken. No, the system is actually working exactly the way it was designed to work. And it's up to us how to react to that.
Okay. And how do you think we should react to it? Just your opinion.
Man, it's really, I just feel like it's just we keep saying enough is enough. We keep saying another one again.
Another march.
Right, another march. Yeah, it's really, you know, when I saw those brothers down in, I believe it was in Georgia, who strapped up, they got their assault rifles, legal weapons, and they went down there in force to walk through that neighborhood, and not one police officer intervened, had anything to say about it. They actually retreated from those guys. To me, that was a little bit of a message and a lesson as to what us showing a little bit of strength as a people can potentially do. I think everybody's afraid of this race war, but what we're not realizing that war has already been declared on us from the beginning.
From the door.
Before we came here.
From the beginning. Exactly.
That's right. Scorpio.
Oh.
Talk to me, man. How are you feeling as a black man in America?
Well, I mean, you know, obviously that's hard to see, you know, for any race. You know, when you're a black race, it's even extra hard. You know what I mean? Because you know, a lot of brothers got to get on the front line and protest and do all of this type of stuff. You know, I was talking with Mel earlier. You know, we know that it ain't all cops is bad cops, but it'll be beautiful to see some of them good cops come out and just stand with us. So it always look like, you know what I mean, that we wilding and it's all in our head. You know what I mean? Because we definitely need some of them, to be honest, some of them white cops, that's good cops, to come out there and say it was wrong. If it was wrong, it was wrong. Just say it was wrong. And then we won't take the whole blanket. And that's why you got a lot of brothers in the hood saying, yo, man, fuck them cops. Fuck them all. You know what I mean? Because, you know, even though it's good cops, but we don't see it. You know what I mean? And we all know as adults, as grown people, that it is good cops. It'd be nice just to see them stand.
Well, you see like a Training Day, right? You seen where it got to the point where Denzel was the bad cop, and then his partner, at a point, he was just numb to it. He just turned his head because it was so many of them, and he don't know which way. He don't know how many. If he got 4 or 5, you got to think about the scene when they go in there and actually kill a guy. It's 6 cops in there that actually are bad cops. He's one of the ones that he's standing by himself. And they're like, listen, we'll turn it over on you. Get it our way, we'll turn it over on you. Now, what you going to do?
And then they got
to get it right. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. And they got to go to
or suicide. That's just what it is. And that's really what it is. It's unfortunate because I know a lot of my guys I came up with, ball players, most of the ball players that didn't go to the league, local players here, they're all cops. They're all cops. And these are good guys. They're good guys. But the reality of it is that each and every one of them aren't standing up like he's saying, like Scope said, stand up saying no. We gotta come to a halt. I'm saying at least if it's a force of 500 cops, at least 75 of them don't agree with it.
Sure.
At least 75 of them.
But we don't find those police officers speaking up out of fear of their job, Charlie. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. They have to work with each other, and
absolutely.
There's also some sort of like a brother sister.
Brother.
Yes. So
still at the end of the day, it all boils down to the law. You know, look, it is very simple to me. People just talk about shit that they ain't doing nothing about too much.
Right.
And that's why that shit keep going on.
Right.
I work on myself every day. I don't look in the mirror and say, yeah, well, you know, it's going to be all right. It ain't going to be all right. Because on my best case scenario, I'm going to die in bed when I'm an old man.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good turnout, but I'm working on myself. And I do it. And the main thing is, I'm not going to keep talking about something that I'm not trying to do nothing about. Now, like if we got everybody here, and if we held everybody here to the point where we're gonna wake up tomorrow, we're gonna make some calls, and then we're gonna go to Washington, and it's not.
That's what I said, Mel. That's what I said. Mel, that's what I said.
That's not hard to prove. They treat us like they treat us worse than they treat a Cambodian or somebody Vietnamese. Now I know I get treated right because I'm a grown man. If a cop approach me, I know how to assess the situation, whereas I'ma always come out alive. Mm-hmm. But everybody don't do that. So that's why you need a law. You need a law that states that they'll lose their job and go to jail if they do the things that they do. But that's the only thing. Like I said, I cried like a baby when I seen it. You see what I'm saying? But the march, definitely setting buildings on fire and being a tool for the looters. None of that is going to help. No, none of that is going to help. That
totally blinds everything.
It is.
Yeah, because they so emboldened right now. And like I said, I'm a law and order guy, just like Charlie. I know plenty of cops. All the gyms I go to, cops be all in the gym. I know them. You know, and they may or may not be good dudes.
Right.
But the point is the cops are so emboldened. Like I said, you can't tell a cop that he worked for you. 30 years ago, you used to say that. Now you say that right now, you're going to go to jail. He'll arrest you. He think you saying something wrong by saying that he's a public servant. And
which he is.
Last time I checked, our tax dollars pay their bills. So, yeah.
Exactly. But they don't want to hear that. They so heavy-handed. You know, they have cops that'll get a dog, a German Shepherd from Germany, and then bring them over here, but give them commands in German. What kind of shit is that?
I hear you.
They want you to speak English, but they'll give a command to a dog in German. That should be against the law. Even the knee in the back. How's a 200+ pound man going to put his knee on your back and then expect you not to move?
Right.
That's almost like a trigger. When somebody put their knee in your back, you will move, and then they're going to beat you until you submissive.
No, beyond submission.
That's
submission.
That's not good.
You unconscious.
That's not good policing.
No,
exactly. But that's not good policing.
What we witnessed murder.
I want to know where in training they're literally taking and they're throwing shots at you. Wow, I'm talking about that's in training to beat you up. That's in training. I thought it was a subdue.
No, it's not.
I thought it was a subdue, not to beat you up as if y'all out there gang warring. I'm looking at cops. They literally throwing punches, throwing them.
No, look. The whole thing is wrong. Now, years ago, if they pulled you over in the car when they was about to arrest you, you get out the car, you spread your legs,
right,
and then you put your hand behind your back.
Right.
Now they go through these series of orders. Back up, step, keep your hands over your head, clutch your fingers, walk toward the sound of my voice, and then if you do or don't do one of those things right, they feel that their life is in danger, and then they'll shoot you. And that's the law. But that's
Yeah,
wrong.
but you know, also
You
back
see
in
what
the
I'm saying?
day,
And it ain't.
back in the day when they whipped
Go ahead,
your
sir.
ass, when they used to whip your ass back in the day, that was just an ass whipping that you took. There was no footage. They pretty used to those ass whoopings. Like this camera stuff and camera phones and everybody watching is still fairly new. But for years and years and years until
Well,
recently,
no, racism is not new. It's just being taped now because of the technology. The
I'm
same.
saying those police ass whoopings were pretty normal. They always been
Yeah,
normal.
they were.
Now they're just televised. They always been normal.
We were getting ass whooping from the ship, on the ship.
Yeah, we was getting ass whoopings in 2005. It never stopped.
No,
95.
we were getting ass. No, forget 2005. We get 18, 16.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how they got us on the boat. You know what I'm saying? Period.
I was gonna say they whipped your ass to get you on the boat
Get
in
you
the
on the
first
boat.
place. That's
Okay,
right.
we've been getting whips and chains, and now we in whips and chains. How about that?
All right, I want to switch gears here and let's talk about the climate of our lives right now during this pandemic. T, I'm going to start with you. I did not know that you had contracted COVID-19. What was your experience?
Well, for me, I guess once I tested positive, I never really had a lot of symptoms. I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell, some headaches, but I never had coughing. I never had a fever. So when I watched them do this thing with the fever and all of that, I was walking around with it with no fever. They do that. They think, take your fever, take your temperature, you're good. No. I had probably the sneakiest, one of those sneaky cases that I was just walking around because it takes a while for you to realize.
That's the scary part, because you don't have the fever and the sore throat or whatever they say that you're supposed to have, but you were probably, had some symptoms and probably asymptomatic. And I hear you work at a drug rehab place. That's kind of dangerous, knowing that you're in contact with people every day.
Yeah, and when you lose your taste and smell, you don't realize at first that you're losing your taste and smell. Like I was brushing my teeth, I'm like, yo, what's up with this toothpaste? Like, is it expired? What's going on? Like, I'm not realizing that I'm losing my taste and realizing I'm not smelling like for a few days until it like really hit me. Like, hold up, because you would think that you would have some other symptoms, but that was my experience with it. So, and me working in a drug rehab is challenging because just because there's a pandemic doesn't mean that the drug epidemic has slowed down or stopped. It's still right there.
Worse. I want to ask you that. How is it at a rehab right now? Are people slipping under stress? What's happening?
Well, what's been going pretty good with my particular place is that I work for Samaritan Village. They we have them quarantined. We're entertaining them. They can't really go. They couldn't really move a lot. So like we had less cases of people leaving, relapses. When we had a few people leaving, that's because they caught those $1,200 checks.
Oh wow!
They caught those $1,200 checks, and that money got to them and they left. But other than that, we've had inside my building is about 70 some odd people living in that building, and we did pretty good. We really did.
That's it.
So now they stopped admits for a while till we got everything under control, and now it's like we have to bring people in. People need help, so we have coming up with systems to get new people in without infecting the ones that were already in there. So it's a real tedious thing, but we're working hard to continue to help people that need help.
Sister, can I say thank you for being that kind of essential worker?
That's what I'm about to say. That's essential. That's essential on another level.
God knows you're an angel for doing that work.
Right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Sure, you are.
Too short. What's going on with the COVID-19 in your area and your family? How you doing, man?
I'm in LA. Been in LA during the whole.
Oh, you're in LA now. Okay.
We did this super quarantine for couple months there, just kind of, just shut the studio down and kind of stayed away from everybody. I wanted to just see how it was going down. And then, I feel like now, like I've been flying around the country the last 15 years, seeing Asian people in the airport with masks on and
Right.
on every
And
flight.
Michael Jackson.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, now I get
They don't
it.
look so weird now. They don't look so weird now.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
So basically, it's like the new normal. I'm just kind of, I'm not trying to be in the house and stuck, but at the same time, when you go out and get around people, you gotta wear the little mask, and let's just fight it off and see. And on the other side, I think that I always try to look at the positive side of things, and this is the first time in my probably like my adult life that I've really just sat down and tediously organized and caught up on things I wanted to do and really like really follow through on little shit not big
I get it.
little shit, like really. So it's to me, man, my first mission is just try to get people through it, help people through it, and mentally, like the right state of mind. Like, let's work, let's get money, let's plan. What's your next move? Don't plan on how bad this is right now. Plan on how do I get through this, and what's immediately after this.
What's our next step?
Like, go. I'm like, drop me off anywhere. I'm going to try to survive.
It's a go time.
I'm gonna try.
That's the best attitude. Master Ace, how are you doing? Where are you, first of all? Because everybody's moving around. Where are you?
I'm in Jersey.
Okay.
I'm in Jersey, and me and my wife and my daughter, we stay in the house, and we go out for groceries. That's pretty much the only times that we're leaving the house. A couple weeks ago, when we first started going out to the grocery store, we were like leaving the house at 6 a.m. Still dark outside, trying to get to the grocery store before a lot of people come.
That's me.
Yeah, just being really, really cautious like that. But over the last couple of weeks, I would say things have kind of not been we haven't been as nervous about going out. So we go food shopping. We were trying to go every 2 weeks, which is what we were doing. But my wife's getting back on that, going whenever we need something stuff. And most recently, the Memorial Day weekend, we found ourselves in the grocery store, and it was like a regular day. I'm like, yo, like everybody had on masks, but the amount of people that they allowed in the store, like at one point, the stores were making you line up outside, and they would let people in as people left.
Yeah,
and
that's not fast. Right.
Memorial Day weekend, we went into this shop, right, and I'm talking about, I'm in the aisle like with 10 people like running into each other. I'm like, this is definitely not social distancing right now.
It's not the recipe. This is the recipe for disaster.
It really was. It really was, but we rocked the gloves and the mask and just stay prayerful, man.
So we have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant as individuals, because I'm gonna tell you something. We definitely, I don't even understand. They said I think it's north of 100,000 human beings that we've lost lives thus far. I don't know what else needs to happen for us to kind of, wake up. Because for some reason, it's just not computing. They had a big, huge party in Atlanta this weekend. Huge party. Everybody was on top. I was a female friend of mine from Philly. She's up in the club. She popping bottles, everything. I'm talking about it, like you would have thought nothing was going on. Nothing was going on at all. They had totally disregarded. And what I didn't see was not one mask, not an ounce of social distancing.
That's the part that scares me. Man, you can't even come in my house without a mask. And that's my family. I don't play no games. Serious. Melle.
All right.
All right, Guns, how you doing with this COVID-19? How's your life right now?
Hey, I'm good. I fell in love with myself again. Both hands. I'll cheat on you. No, but
one in a million you.
No, but serious. No, but serious. It just made me get to realize what was really important. Because see, the main thing that comes out of this is people don't know what's the real important stuff in their life. Like they worried about shit like getting their hair done and all that. You know what I mean? You could be looking at some of your last days and you worried about a haircut. Or just
Absolutely.
or people just want to be out up under each other. Like
Yes.
you know what I mean? I have no problem being in the house by myself.
You and me
Everything
both.
in my house is what I need to be comfortable. I could stay my ass right here and
For
crack
years.
myself up.
Right. Me and you both.
Check my
It
social
don't
media.
mean
I've been dancing by myself for 10 weeks now. I don't have a problem with it.
right.
I'm good.
I mean,
Who's struggling with that? Who's actually
what's
struggling with that on the line?
I'm saying is
Who's
Well,
struggling with being quarantined on the line? Who's struggling with it? Who's having like major issues with that? Because I'm actually good. Mel says he's good.
yeah,
I'm good.
But we didn't hear
I'm
from
real
Scorpio.
good.
Scorpio, you good with this COVID-19 and staying in the house?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, it's all love. You know what I mean? Just like Mel said, everything's in your crib that you need. You know what I mean? Most of us work off our phones and stuff anyway, so it's all love. I think it's a great thing. Just to, you know what I mean? Even though we was forced to do it, you know what I mean? We ain't 16 no more, so it's good. It's like Short said, just to be able to sit your behind down. Because if we wasn't forced to sit down, we wouldn't sit down. You know what I mean? Right now, me and Mel, we'll be overseas touring for 4 months. Because every year we go over there in May and don't come back to September. You know what I mean? So it's just a beautiful thing just to sit down. You know what I mean?
I heard that.
It's my first
All right.
time sitting still since 3rd grade.
I know that's right. And I'm like you, Too Short. I've been getting stuff organized. I'm going to be the most organized person when this is over. Like, there's a coat closet that I've been trying to attack for like 10 years.
Oh, man.
Yo, I know where every jacket is, every scarf going down when the wintertime comes. I know where everything is. And it feels good. And I've been learning how to cook different dishes and eating better and drinking better and feeling better. And I don't know. I'm loving this time being still. I'm glad and blessed that I have a job that I can still broadcast from the crib. And that's been working out fine. And, just giving people valuable information on how to take care of their families, themselves, and how to stay safe. I feel like I have purpose from this basement that I'm sitting in. I'm having a real basement party. That's the name of my show. But I'm literally having a basement party for my basement right now. And it feels good. Let's lighten up the conversation. I want to have some laughs and giggles before we turn things over to our DJ Chill Will for the night. Swiss Beats in this interview about giving pioneers $1 million, MELLE, Scorpio, I need y'all to speak on that. Mel?
Well, you know what? I'll take my hat off just because just for him bringing it up. I'm not expecting it to happen.
Right.
If it do happen, I would definitely be gracious and grateful. But just for him to bring it up, I mean, I'll take my hat off to him. That said it all right there. Because look, like we day one dudes in this team.
Right.
That's
Now
right.
it's about 4 or 5 billionaires. And they grew up off of what we did. It ain't like they don't know. It ain't like
Forget growing up. Forget growing up.
Right.
I'm saying you were the fathers of what we call hip hop.
Right.
Okay. Period. Point blank.
And the thing is this. And the thing is this. Now, out of all, and it ain't like we somebody that really didn't make a contribution. We icons. We literally icons.
Living
we
legend.
can't get nobody on the phone. Like,
Wow.
let's just say if I had a good idea, I'm not going to ask nobody for no money because I'm not
Wow.
broke like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But let's just say if I had a good idea, you can't even get nobody on the phone.
Wow.
So just for him to bring it up, like just for him to bring it up, that's enough for me. If it never happened, if I see that brother, I'm gonna tip my hat, I'm gonna shake his hand, and if I was ever in a position to help him, I'll help him because just for somebody just to think about us like that and put the conversation on the table. That was worth the whole thing. Like even if it never happened.
I think it's appropriate. I think it's extremely respectful.
I think it's appropriate.
Yeah,
And
right.
I understand you being flattered by it because if I was you, I would be flattered by it too. But Charlie, remember last week I was talking about that one crate of records that I started with on the radio? That's the brother in the crate.
Right. No question.
You understand? Furious 5, the brothers in the crates when this first started, when they didn't want to play hip hop music on the radio. I'm so proud to be me and to say that I played it first before anybody. Me and Magic, for a decade is all y'all had. And
right.
I'm so damn proud that I fought for it and to get it on. And I hope that it happens for you, Mel. I know you ain't no broke person because you're an intelligent man. but I know $1 million you was sweet like a pot right about now.
I put it like this. I would say this to you. This analogy I use. If you made an investment into something and it's 40 years, the return on it should be astronomical.
That's right.
Especially if the IPO has made billions. Billions.
Right.
Okay.
Billions.
Right.
Billions.
It has sold everything from fast cars to fast food.
Understand this, that I'm saying hip hop dictates to the world. It makes everything in the world move. Hip hop.
Yes.
No other art form. We validate everything. We make everything cool. They can't sell their products. They can't do anything without the validation of hip hop. And I'm saying
that's right.
Everything has an origin. This guy right here is the origin.
That's right.
You put your head to him. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you. Herc will tell you this. Herc will tell you this. Every time I see Cool Herc, every time I see him, I go in my pocket and I give him money. Every time I see him, I have to.
Right.
It would be criminal of me. I'm saying again and again. I'm a manager. I'm an executive. These are the artists on the phone on the line. Too Short, Sweet Tea, Matt Face. I'm saying again. I would love to know what they feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, this career has been amazing for them, and these are the guys they looked at. This is again, you gotta understand. Listen, fireflies are drawn to light. This is the light that's sitting in front of us.
I'll tell you the truth, man. I don't know if I ever got to say this, and you heard me say it, but I was literally in high school, probably 10th grade, walking down the street with a boombox. And the message came on the radio. I had heard many rap records, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5 before that. I was up on everything since 79, 80. But when I heard the message, I started. I could
talk about it.
I could picture New York City without seeing the video. I could just.
And you was in Oakland. You was in Oakland.
At that moment, it changed my whole life because I said I was a rapper. Messing around a little bit, didn't have no substance. And at that moment, I said, I'm going to tell the story of Oakland like they just told the story of
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still doing that.
And I'm asking the questions. Charlie's asking the questions, but we got people out there checking us out. So let's invite them. I'm going to tell the Twitch people to go ahead and get some questions. If there's a question you'd like to ask one of these icons on this screen right now, feel free to ask the question. And while you got them, you might as well ask it while it's hot. All right, Master Ace.
Yes.
Can you please tell us how to get our whole diet and our life together? How do you and your wife create these masterpieces being vegans?
Well, I'm the only vegan in the house, just to be clear. My wife
only vegan. Wow.
My wife still eats meat. She fried some chicken the other night, which was one of my favorite dishes. But
you resisted the smell.
yeah. I'm way past it.
Once you dialed in, you dialed in.
Yeah. So over the Memorial Day weekend, she wanted some stuff on the grill. I went out there and grilled up chicken and beef ribs and all this type of stuff, and it doesn't have an effect on me. And the reason I'm able to have that type of willpower is that going into this way of eating over the last probably 15 years, I guess, I've done. If you guys are familiar with the Master Cleanse,
yes,
I've done it about 3 times in my life, and during that Master Cleanse for 7 to 10 days, you don't eat any solid food whatsoever.
Here we go.
Charlie got the lemonade right there.
It's my second one in 3 weeks.
Wow.
7 days. 7 days.
You develop a lot of discipline from that diet because you don't eat solid food, and you realize that I'm gonna be okay if I don't eat. I'm not gonna die if I don't eat for 7 days or 10 days. The other thing that it does is it resets your palate, it resets your taste buds. So after coming off of that cleanse, if you eat something and it's salty, it's gonna taste super salty. If it's sweet, it's gonna be super sweet. And it's important to reset that palate. So I did that about 3 times in the last 15 years or so, and I learned to get food discipline from doing that diet. So now I can be in front of something and not eat it, even though it smells good, and I used to eat it, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, you set in there. I didn't know you've been doing it that long, so you're set in your ways now. There's no going back.
I didn't officially stop eating fish until this past December.
Okay.
So that was the last step. I did my transformation in phases. The first, I haven't eaten pork for 30 something years, but beef, I stopped eating beef about 9 years ago. And then I was just on chicken and fish for a long time. And then I stopped eating chicken about 4 years ago. And then I was just on fish. And then this past December, fish was the last thing to eliminate.
Plant-based.
Yeah, and I've been off dairy, I've been off eggs, all that stuff for the past 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been master cleanser since 1990.
See, and that's a long time.
I mean, I do again. I never did it the way I'm doing it right now. Like literally, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a little bet with our sister Shantae, and the weigh-in is on Monday, the 1st. And so I went and Ramadan just came out of Ramadan. So during Ramadan, I jumped in on the master cleanse. I was already fasting, but the week before last, I did the master cleanse. Then I went and ate came back, ate salads. I ate nuts, fruits, vegetables. Each day I added something more. First I was doing salads. Then I went on and ate a banana and some nuts. Then I started eating. I had to start having smoothies. But then I lost 22 pounds in 7 days, literally. 22 pounds in 7 days. So I shot down real quick. I was like, oh, I'm here. Because I went down to 310. My goal is 307. I was already there. I said, okay, let me pull it back, let me dial back. Now the weigh-in is on Monday. So I'm like, okay, I'm rocking out. Period. I'm here.
So wait, is Shantae doing the master cleanse?
No, I don't know what she's doing. I just know what I'm saying. We have it's $100 a pound. And she told me she picked up 22 pounds on the COVID. Because I said what's going to happen in the COVID space, you're not going to be the same size. You're going to be bigger, you're going to be smaller. Period. Yep. Right? So when I talked to her, she told me she picked up 22 pounds. I said, okay, let's make a friendly wager. Let's make 5 weeks, because I could have got it done less than that. I knew I could. But I knew that, again, she's a woman, you know what I'm saying? A metabolism might not be firing off like that. And I just know when I turn it on, I'm going to
you clean that up real good. Yeah, metabolism.
Yeah.
Because you know I was about to come on.
AT, I was already on it. I was already on it. T, I was already on it.
Yeah, T, we was about to get him.
My woman, my daughter's a woman. Okay. I'm going to be respectful. Understand that. The queen of the universe. I'm just saying to me, I'm clear about the metabolism. I know. Look at the gun show over there. The gun show sitting over there. Gun show. See, the metabolism firing off. Still loaded, baby. The metabolism is firing off. So what I'm saying is for me. I'm gonna tell you what COVID-19 did for me. It did something amazing for me. I never ever, and my daughters, everybody had to tell me, Charlie, take vitamins, take vitamins, take vitamins, take vitamins. I didn't take anything. I'm talking about. I'm sitting here, yes, I'm saying I got everything. Elderberry. I got. Listen to me. I got everything here. Everything. I got black seed oil. I got black seed oil. I got sea moss. I got turmeric. I mean, listen to me. I'm taking everything. I'm taking this. Listen, I had allergies.
COVID-19 is making you conceited. You just loving yourself.
I've had allergies since I was 27 years old. I'm 54 years old. I'm talking about. I'm seasonal from April to September. No allergies.
Wow.
None.
That's amazing.
None. Zero. None.
All right, we have a Twitch question for MELLE. MELLE, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Would you consider doing a message 2020? Good question.
Yes.
Well, you know what? You can't come up with a message. The message right. Just comes as like a once in a lifetime thing. Obviously, I'm gonna do more songs. So, I just came out the studio. I did one of the last tracks that Fred the Godson was on. Did a track about the Bronx. So I was one of the cats that's on the track. But you can't do the message is nothing like it was like a fluke. It's like how Rappers Delight. It was a fluke. It was just something that was just meant to happen, and it happened. But to say, okay, for me to do another message, we'd have to raise Sylvia from the grave because that was her brainchild. She was the only one that believed that it was a hit record. Wow. So I mean, I could write a million songs, but it ain't gonna be no message. That one song is the difference between me and if not for the message, I would be Cass.
Right.
Ain't that what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't be me. I would probably be Cass. I would be just a guy that I could rap good. I had good skills.
Wow.
But that one record changed the course of, it's like when Rolling Stones did a survey in the top 500 records ever made. That shit was in the 70s. It was like number 71 or something like that. It was in between a Prince record and Smokey Robinson or some shit like that. out of the top 500 records ever, that shit was in number like 72, some shit like that. So you can't, you're not gonna make that record over.
I'm not gonna pull the room. I'm not gonna pull the room because I'm gonna be respectful because you in here. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I pulled the room 2 weeks ago, right, B?
He sure did.
I pulled the room all the time, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it as I always say it. The number one rap record ever for me is The Message. Period. You could take
strong ass record.
But listen to this. Listen, you don't have to do a new one, Mel. You could have again Swiss or whatever other producer right now. Strip down the beat that it is there. Take your vocals, put that on top of it. It's relevant today, right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to touch that. That's a Picasso painting. You don't need to. That's a Monet. You don't need to touch it, right?
You know what? As a matter of fact, I just feel like it. I think I'm just gonna play it tomorrow. The same beat, same way, damn it, because now I feel like
right. So for me, when I start my list, right, I'm saying it's for me, this is me. I start my list. I say, give me your top 5. 1 and 2 slot is taken for me. For me, it's taken.
Okay.
Mel's number 1, Rakim's number 2. Whatever else y'all do after that, y'all can do it. I'm cool.
All right, there's another question from viewers. Does anybody on the screen have any new music that people can listen to now? They want to know. T, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so you can I have a song, I Ain't Doing Love, and it's on all the music platforms, for you to listen to. I put another song up called Say It. So it's just something I put up, and you listen to that. And I got more music coming this summer. And I'm hoping that we could be on the move and get things going. And
I can bring you back to the first week concert. Yeah, girl. I love it.
Just go to Sweet Tea to MC, and just you can get a little taste of the music there. And I don't know, I'm having a good time going back in the studio. I've been working with Pudgy the Fat Bastard. We've been working on some great music, and I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
All right, Too Short, what you doing musically?
Well, I just recently, like a month ago, had my 54th birthday.
Congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
And I've been rapping like real actively, like parties, rocking mics, and since I was 14. So right now, during that entire time, from the age of 14 to 54, if I wasn't like a little kid DJing parties and selling tape in the streets and then moving on to independent record sales and then moving on to platinum status and traveling around the country, then all around the world, and just, this entire time I've never had a job like like rap music. The dream of being a rapper like took me through life, like it's my whole journey. Right. So I'm here at 54 years old, and all I do is go in the studio and make music. That's all I do. I work with artists. I work with producers. I'm trying to be like one of those stories that whenever you debating in a room, what is hip hop and all this stuff, and you telling what it is, there's these other stories that step outside of hip hop, and you go, oh, this nigga rapped until he was like 67. And I'm just trying, I'm just trying to be a part of it, like something that says, like you can't put it in a box. You can't tell me that the Message 2020 ain't gonna be this shit. We don't know. It might be bigger than the Message 82. Absolutely. We don't know. We don't know. It's hip hop. Hip hop is right now. Hip hop is all over the fucking world, and they are into their own shit. They're rapping in their own language that a lot of places ain't even tripping on U.S. hip hop, and it's like if you listen to it, you're like, oh, this shit is jamming. You don't even know the words. You're like, this shit sounds good. Like, I like that shit. Like, I like that whole what it became. I like that you took something from the Bronx, it spread out to 5 boroughs, it spread over to Jersey, it spread to the East Coast, it spread to the West Coast. It's on the planet now, and it dictates how the entire world dresses. It dictates hairstyles. It dictates
life.
So yeah. And that thing that you guys created in the Bronx, man, it's It's the biggest thing on earth.
Yeah, it's life. Hip hop is just basically life right
I'm
about
just
it.
happy to be a part of it.
Yo,
It's
short.
oxygen.
When
Yeah,
we used to go overseas and we would be rhyming and they didn't speak English, they didn't know what we were saying, but they liked it anyway. So
They, they didn't speak English, but they knew every word of the song.
It's amazing. It's amazing how that happens.
That's the illest ever.
As
They
a
can't
rapper,
speak English.
as a rapper, you could like go somewhere and do a show, and they
Mhm.
damn near tempt you to drop your life and just stay with them.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Just live here. You'll be a king. Stay.
yeah.
That's
You know who happened? Tina Turner said that. She said when she left America and she went over there, she said the reception that she got, she couldn't leave. She couldn't leave. She didn't leave. She stayed overseas.
All right.
Yo,
I have two more questions.
Mhm.
Too short. Somebody wants to know, who do you like from the Bay Area now? Is there anybody that you feeling now?
I got a little homie named All Black that's making some moves. He kind of like following in the Too Short footsteps.
Okay.
His little sidekick, his homie's name is Offset Jim. They got a little 1-2 punch that's kind of dope. I mean, even on the flip side though, I'm feeling our Bay Area Oakland mainstream artists like G-Eazy and Kehlani. They doing it, you know.
They're doing their thing.
And it's the town. It's all like it's from what
Yeah, area.
that Bay
All
Area.
right. Yo. Okay, Melly Mel, somebody wants to know who produced the message.
Sylvia Robinson and a guy called Jigs Chase. He helped do the beat, but the overall production of it was Sylvia Robinson. I would have to say she's hands down the greatest female producer ever. But she did Love on a Two-Way Street. She did all the moment stuff. She did her own thing, Mickey and Sylvia. She had Pillow Talk, Love Is Strange.
Wow.
And then she produced Rapper Delight. And she produced the message. And she produced White Line. She, you know, I mean, I came up with the idea, but it was her production and Jigs' arrangements, horns arrangements, and all that.
Right.
She was hands down. I mean, business wise, she had a lot, you know, to offer. She had a lot that she could have offered that she didn't. But I mean, I wouldn't be who I am today without the message. I mean, I got to give that to her. She you know, she knew how to produce a hell of a song.
She sure did. I was there watching her do it. She was like a second mom to me, and just watching her, I don't know. I'm still in awe of her memory and what she did, because
she was a beast in the studio. For the message, it took 3 days. Took 3 days to mix the song, and every time we would leave, she would take the board so nobody would touch the board. And she stayed in the studio for 3 days to mix that song. That's the only song, like, we know guys that do music over, and he could do any song and make it sound exactly or even better, but he could never get the message. He could never redo the music to that song. That's how well mixed that song is. She did an incredible job on that song.
Wow.
Right on. Master Ace, where are you?
I'm right here.
Are you doing anything musically?
So my most recent project came out in 2018. An album called A Brooklyn Story, produced by Marco Polo. It's a collaboration album, and he's already sent me some music for the next. We're gonna do it again because it was very well received. We dropped about 4 videos off that album, and we've just been really well received. He's a producer originally from Toronto, Canada, but he's been living in Brooklyn for 20 years, and so we're going to work on a new one, and we're in the process of putting that together now.
Dope. I love it. All right, y'all.
I'm gonna ask T something. T, what young girls out here you like? Who you like? What young MCs out here you like?
You know how I've been. Of course, you know I love Cardi, like Nicki, Meg Thee Stallion. She's doing a thing. Like, but I was looking at Miss Milano, who's now just Milano. I was looking at her videos, a lot of her videos this weekend, because when I latch onto an artist, I'll just sit there and just watch everything and take it all the way back. And I was like, wow, she has evolved from being on the rap show she was on. And you know, so I mean, there's a lot of them doing some real cute stuff out there. They really are.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Charlie.
Yes.
Before we close this conversation tonight, I don't And I want to end on a high note, so we'll go back to, loving life and loving music and being the artist that we are. But I really want to say this to everyone when it comes to the climate of our latest tragedy with George Floyd. I want all of us as adults, because we're not children anymore. Like you said, we've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
So with that said, we should be leaders in our community. And I'm going to ask all of you to take the responsibility to every young ear that and every young person that you come in contact with, to reiterate the fact that we have to keep our composure and we cannot go and tear up our neighborhoods, and we can't go down burning down the laundromat and the dollar store because we don't have anything as it is. And I just want to make sure that I say that before I part ways with you guys tonight, because that's what I'm going to do. Every young person, because I feel their pain, just like we're hurting. But I think for a younger person, they're confused and they need some guidance. And I think we owe them that as adults.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Say that. I really do. So Melle,
All right.
if you get that $1 million, are you going to come and take me out to dinner? That's all I want.
Okay. The answer is yeah. The real answer is nobody's going to hear from me for my fucking
crab legs. Just some crab legs.
Get a sister, get a lobster tail or something before you roll. I'm just saying.
Yeah, crab legs.
On my mother's eyes. It's hard to get me on the phone now, and I ain't got shit. Now, if you give me a bill ticket, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna hear from me for about 6 months. It's like hitting the lotto. If you hit the lotto, everybody and their mother, Mel, hey, listen, I wasn't fucking with you before I got some money.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna hear from you. I don't need to hear from you. You know what I mean? The kids, I look out for my kids. They good, but see, I'm a different kind of nigga. I ain't even gonna have a will. I'm gonna have a won't. You ain't gonna get this shit. This is my shit. You have to sit around the bed waiting for me to fucking pass. You're not getting this shit. I'm gonna give you. I already gave you what you should have.
What you gonna get?
Now don't be sitting by my motherfucking bed looking at my watches and shit. You ain't getting none of that. That's the won't. That's in the won't. The shit you won't get. You know what I mean? So word on my mother's eyes, I'm gonna disappear. And I discuss with Scorp or whatever. Like, listen, niggas gonna have to disappear. Other than that, somebody's gonna wind up kidnapping your ass. You know what I mean? You know how that shit is. Right. Niggas is already counting money. They're already counting money.
The sad thing, Mel, let me tell you what's sad about it. Mel, let me tell you what's sad about it. Although I get it, but $1 million ain't what it used to be 20, 30 years ago. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Be honest.
It's definitely not.
You said you're going to be going for 6 months.
No, of course.
You said you're going to be going for 6 months. I'm going to tell you, Playboy, you might be going for about 30 days. I'm being honest with you. That thing don't spin like that. That thing don't spin like that.
No, and not because of the reason that you would think. See, the only thing about this thing, what I don't want to happen is
Uncle Sam going to zap you for half of that.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, it ain't
ready.
I got it from Swiss.
The
thing that I don't want to happen is that he get flack for trying to do something right.
Guess what?
That's what the shit turns into. Well, he should have did this. He should have did that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stand on front.
Like I said, I'm just happy for the conversation to be on the table. I'm not looking, I'm not looking for somebody to dig my dick out the dirt because I'm good. I could do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? You're
gonna be good till the day you die. You got the message. You're gonna be good.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not rich, but I'm not broke either. I'm not.
Yo, T. So T, get them crab legs anyway. That's all I'm saying.
Come on now.
Hey T. Speaking of crab legs, I got the best on the planet. Just so you know, my man Wayne Styles make the best on the planet.
All right.
So you know.
Yeah.
When you come back to Philly, just come back to Philly. Just gonna let you know.
Don't do a mail. I'm gonna be calling your phone.
Listen, I'll pick up. I'm good over here.
Hey.
Crazy. I got one thing to ask y'all election time is coming around and we got this crazy man in the White House. Joe Biden's comment on Charlemagne's show. What you think about it?
But you know what? He said what he said. I heard worse. And I don't give a fuck if Mickey Mouse was running against Donald Trump. I'm voting for the fucking mouse.
I'm jumping for Biden.
I'm voting for the mouse.
I'm voting for Biden.
And here's the main thing with politics. It ain't no saviors out there like how they talk. Well, we ain't gonna vote for Biden because he ain't got a plan for us. We ain't got a plan for us. So what is he supposed to do?
Listen, that's how Trump got in there.
Simple.
They didn't vote for Hillary. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna vote. Okay, so then Trump gets in. So it's foolish, and I said it's irresponsible. It's dangerous to put that out there. It's dangerous and irresponsible not to say again, Joe Biden. You gotta be clear. We gotta be clear because too many people I'm talking about that will waver. Whatever we're gonna hold them to the fire. Hold them to the fire once we get Trump out of office. Period.
People need to know that.
Right, cause he ain't gonna do nobody no good.
People need to know.
And at the end of the day,
one at a time. What you say, Ace? Go ahead.
People need to know. Black people especially need to know that a no vote is a vote for Trump.
Trump, period.
I like that. Not voting is voting for that man in the White House. What you got to say, Too Short?
T-shirts.
I mean, that pretty much just said it. Those true story right there. Because last time around, we all laxed. A lot of us laxed, including me. And we voted for Obama, and then we laxed and let the guy slip in, and we really got to get out this time. So it's really weird in the climate of I'm such a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, what the hell is really going on with this 2020 election year? It's just the weirdest thing ever. Just the weirdest.
It is. It really is.
And it's good that you said that too, Short, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because it is all these things that's happening thus far, and we're in the election year. You can only imagine if we don't stand strong and stand united front, it's gonna be a rough day. It's gonna be a bad day, baby. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
You get the hell. And then capital hell.
And then you got that weirdo Bill Gates looking all creepy around, motherfucker. What the fuck, man? Fix my computer, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, I know one thing.
Vaccines and putting shit in niggas' mouths and shit.
I'm
like you creepy motherfucker.
I'm glad they didn't impeach him because if they
because we impeached him, we had a Pence. You don't want Pence.
I don't.
He the coldest one there. He the coldest one there. That's sign over there. You're right. You're right, Short. You don't want the other guy. The guy that's behind him. You don't want him.
Oh no.
Short, there's another question for you. They want to know, did you just have an aha moment when you wrote Blow the Whistle, or did it just happen?
Well, it's weird that I made the biggest record of my career at the age of 40. But
wow.
I had already had a nice 20-year career. I was happy. I was cool. And then Lil Jon came through and slipped this record on me one day. And it didn't even come out the gate as a big record. It just came out and just never lost steam. Like, it just kept going. So, you get these records in your career. You don't know what magic made them. It just happened that day. Like, I could never make Blow the Whistle again before or after. It just happened that day. And those are blessings. That record probably, even though it wasn't really a big hit when I dropped it, it wasn't a huge hit. That record has made me more money than any other song I ever made.
Wow. All right, I have one last question before we wrap up and send things over to my man Chill Will. Mel, everybody wants to know what the hell is up with the ties behind you.
I'm a suit and tie guy. I'm the cleanest man in the world.
Grown man.
So is that a collection of all your ties right there?
Yeah. I'll be so motherfucking clean, right? I'll go and a white man will come and say, he'll say, hey, what's the special event? And I'd be like, I dress like this every day. I'm overcompensating. I don't know, but I like to stay clean. Suit, tie. I wear suspenders and a belt.
So fresh and so clean.
All right.
You gotta stay clean.
But you know what? The wall that I have behind me kept me smiling every day when I was home quarantined. I pulled out all my Word Up and Rap Master magazines, and I started taping them all on the wall. Can you see it?
Yes.
Like a TV. That's so cute.
And I didn't finish the wall, but it's a lot of pictures up here. And
Yes.
it just took time, and I just was putting up this wall. And then, like, every morning when I walked past it, it just took me back, and it just made me happy. And now everybody's like, "Oh, so you're gonna keep that wall up?" Yeah, it's just gonna stay there.
Permanent. That's it. I love it. All right, y'all. I want to say, first of all, thank you for spending this time with us tonight on Behind the Rhyme. Master Ace, continue to be the wonderful vegan that you are. God bless your wife and your daughter. Stay safe there in Jersey. MELLE, just keep on being you, as if you could be anybody else.
The gun show.
Sweet Tea, I thank you for the essential work that you're doing. Keep on striving, sister. Keep on giving us those hits. Keep on doing what you love to do. Too Short, you are amazing, brother. Amazing. Keep being your amazing self. Continue to stay safe. I'm real mad that you're not passing that over here, but that's real rude, but okay. And yeah.
I'm gonna see you on the pool table again, Short. I'm gonna see you on the pool table again. Yeah.
I have one of those in my basement too. Get your money up. If I ever come out there, get your money up. I'll be glad to take some of that.
Hey, sure, I do that thing. I give you arachnophobia. I'm gonna give you your name. Your name gonna be called Rat Kim.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm the pool player that talks no shit.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Let's get it.
You gotta watch. See, that's like me. When people try to take me out my game, I'm like, I'm quiet, but watch me make this shot.
Let's get it, George. Let's get it. That's what I do.
I also want to say that we did not diss Scorpio. Something happened with his sound and he fell off. I want y'all to think that we just pushed the brother out of the conversation. Some technical difficulties happened there, but it's time for us to wrap up because Chill Will is warming up the wicked.
Fresh crew.
You get ready to turn it over to the man that holds it down.
Will.
Fresh crew. Chill Will is in the building. Thank you all. God bless you. Peace and love and all that good stuff. I'll be in contact with all of you soon.
Be blessed. Be blessed.
Peace.